Welcome everyone. You're watching our mid-innings show of the Cup That Matters. This revenge match not really going India's way so far. 329 is what India have to chase against Australia at Sydney. There was a mid-fight back by the Indian bowlers after Steven Smith's century, which was a brilliant one. And it looked like Australia would be pegged back by a little bit more. But 90 runs almost in the last 10 overs and some brilliant hitting by Mitchell Johnson towards the end took Australia to 328. 329 is what India needs to get into their second consecutive World Cup final. Andrew Simons, Nikhil Chopra with me in the studio. We'll also go across to fans in Sydney as well. But first up, Andrew, are you happy with 328 for Australia?
Yeah, I'm pleased. It was a fascinating first innings. You know, Australia got away to a good start. Although India got David Warner out early, so then we built a partnership there. Steve Smith's innings, it looked like he was playing a practice match.
Yeah.
Calm, and he didn't play a shot in anger until he was sort of past 100. So it was an incredible innings that. And then he got out with so much time to go, and then India started to fight back. They took wickets in that middle period. Ashwin bowled well, and then India sort of had the game in the balance, and it was whether Australia was going to be able to get another partnership or build towards the end. I thought we probably got 15, 20 more than India probably would have liked.
Yeah.
But at the start of the day, I would have taken that score, definitely.
All right, let me reverse that question for you, Nikhil. 329, too much for India?
Well, it's going to be difficult, make no mistake about it, but looking at 328, Shivani, you've got to be careful. Don't go all guns blazing against the new ball. Once again, stick to your strategy like most sides have been. First 10 overs, be careful. Let the shine get off the ball. Once you stop swinging, you can make a difference. You can counter-attack when you have wickets in hand, even if you need to get 120 in the last 10. I know it'll be difficult against this quality bowling attack, but still, you have a chance if you have wickets in hand. You lose a couple of wickets early on trying to get 60, 70 in the first 10. Then you're out of the game. Then it's very hard for you to get back. So you've got to be a little careful.
Let me just mention, and we'll run these statistics on our screen as well a little later. Highest successful chase at Sydney is a 334 that Australia themselves managed against England. So if this one is pulled through, then it will be the second highest at Sydney. But nothing of this sort has been chased against Australia in a World Cup. First up though, let's take a look at the scorecard for the first innings. 328. At one point they looked like 350, but Andrew says at the start of the match he would have taken a 328, and I think that's absolutely correct. Steven Smith, what a man and what a summer he's having for Australia, especially against India. 5th century for him now against India in this entire summer. 4 in the Test series, now here as well. Aaron Finch also, you know, played a big role in that partnership of 102, which was crucial for Australia after losing David Warner early. Shane Watson, an iffy innings from him, really couldn't quite get going, but it's really the likes of Faulkner and Mitchell Johnson that gave Australia the late order impetus. Umesh Yadav, 4 wickets for him, overall did well, but yes, you see that runs column against the Pacers quite a bit. Only R. Ashwin managing to contain the Australians in the middle overs, where they scored just about under 5 runs an over, but in the last 10 they got as many as 90. Batting power plays went very well for Australia as well, almost 12 runs for them there. That's when it looked like they could get away again. Let me go across to the highest successful chases. All right, we'll come back to that. Boria Majumdar joining us from Sydney. Boria, what's the mood like? 70% Indian fans dominating the crowd, but is the mood a little down now?
Yeah, it's one too many, Shivani. As far as I'm concerned, 100 times out of 100, Australia would have taken 328, 329. Yes, you got 20 down because of Maxwell. But, you know, it's one too many as far as India is concerned. I'll ask a few of the fans here. I think it's beyond us. Do you think it's beyond India?
Absolutely not. I think we've got a great batting lineup. Starting from word go, we've got till about 8 or 9 players. They all can bat. Up to Shami can bat as well. Okay. We definitely have a chance.
Okay. He says we have a chance. What do you think?
Like, it's 330, so India have to show their class at this moment. And definitely they can play. India's top class batting is done, and it's gonna be India tonight. So victory, and we are going to take them back to Melbourne for the final straight.
Okay, what do you think?
They don't have a spinner like Ashwin, so that's where they're going to miss.
Okay, so can we have a chant? I mean, you guys still have your voice? Let's go.
I think we have a chance. India is undefeated.
Okay, I'll come to you. Happy with the score?
I feel like got a bit under what we wanted. They really bowled well between the 38th and 44th over, and about 31 short of where we could have been. India can get this.
You think India can get this?
Unfortunately,
Of course,
yes.
India can get this.
Okay, so it's still a divided house here, Shivani. Australian fans saying India can get this. Indian fans are upbeat. The press box, I was having a chat with Shane Warne before coming down. He says 350 was on when Maxwell was going, but 329, he'll take it. I think it's a bit too many underlights with Mitchell Johnson and Mitchell Starc. 70-30 Australia, that's what I said at the pre-show after the toss. I still hold on to that.
Yeah, but modern day cricket, 320s are chased. They have been done before, and India has had high chases as well. But in a World Cup scenario, Andrew, semi-final, Australia's bowling lineup, this is the list of the highest successful chases at Sydney. Australia managing the top one in 2011 against England, but after that, it's all under 300. So if India manage that, they will be into history books just behind Australia. But the more important thing to note is that India, the highest successful chase they've had against Australia in a World Cup is that 261 they chased in Ahmedabad last World Cup. So it is difficult because this is not a knockout match, not a group stage match. It's a knockout and it's a World Cup semi-final.
Yeah, but the one thing that people have got to realise is there's a 5-fielder rule now, which is different to all those games there. So there's an extra fielder inside the circle. So chasing down a bigger score.
And 2 new balls as well.
2 balls. So it's a bit of a different concept now because it's a different rule. The one thing I will say about the balls is India worked on their balls. They got the ball to 1 ball from the southern end, I think. It was reversing quite a bit. So you can bet your bottom dollar that Australia will be working on the ball, throwing it into the dirt, trying to get it reversing for the end for Starc and Johnson. So if they can do that, that'll make the ball a lot harder to hit coming into those final overs.
And with the Indian batting lineup, Nikhil, they will back themselves to get this. Like Andrew mentioned, the game has changed, We are seeing double hundreds happening with more regularity than the first one when Sachin Tendulkar got it. And batting is a very different beast now, and any batting lineup, especially the one like India, even chasing, like Boria said, under lights against the likes of the 2 Mitchells, they'll back themselves to get it, provided they don't lose too many wickets.
Absolutely. I think the key is what you just said. If you have wickets in hand, Shivani, you can actually go out there, plan and strategize how you want to take things forward. The 5th fielder rule has made a big difference. All the double hundreds that you're seeing now, the number of boundaries has increased over a period of 50 overs. So where sometimes you used to get 1 long off or long on, one of those fielders is in the 30-yard circle, you start getting boundaries. So the boundaries have increased. So you got to be a little careful. Like I said, in the subcontinent, the first 20 overs are the key where you get the runs because the ball's hard and you can get runs. In places like South Africa, Australia, it's the last 25, 30 overs. But to capitalize on that, you must have wickets in hand.
Perhaps a little bit of what Australia did, it seemed like it was a deliberate strategy to not lose wickets, have a partnership going and then go for it towards the end. They had a slight bit of a wobble, but they came back strongly. We're going to slip into a very quick break. When we come back, we'll get you reactions from across India and also from Sydney once more. Stay tuned.